If your employer decides to end your employment, they usually have to give you notice that they are going to do this. The minimum amount of notice which your employer should give you is set out in the minimum conditions laws. It usually depends on your length of service. So, for example, if you're a permanent employee, your employer should give you 1 week of notice during your first year of employment, 2 weeks of notice where you have worked between 1 and 3 years, 3 weeks of notice where you have worked between 3 and 5 years, and 4 weeks of notice where you have worked for more than 5 years. Keep in mind that this is the minimum amount of notice you should receive. You may be entitled to more depending on other factors such as your age and any more generous notice periods under an award or industrial agreement or your contract of employment. There are also situations where your employer may not have to give you notice. For example, if you're a casual employee, your employer does not have to give you any notice. Sometimes your employer can also dismiss you on the spot if they pay you money instead of giving you notice. For example, if you are entitled to be given 1 week's notice, your employer can sometimes offer to pay you the equivalent of 1 week's wage instead of allowing you to work out the week. Finally, if you have engaged in serious misconduct, your employer may not have to give you any notice when dismissing you. There are other situations where your employer may not have to give you any notice. To find out more, you can read the fact sheet on our website called Minimum Conditions at Work. You can also telephone a government information line to find out specific information about your employment situation. If you're a national system employee, you can call the Fair Work Info line on 131394. Or if you're a state system employee, you can call Wage Line on 1300 655 266. If you think you should have been given more notice because of an industrial award or agreement or because of your employment contract, you may wish to seek legal advice.